Thank you for choosing to watch the Watchman News Headlines video. Our full episodes can now be seen over at Patreon with much more added content for just $2 a month. Link is in the description. If you cannot afford $2 a month, please consider using our Amazon affiliate link, purchasing from our Teespring store, or making a PayPal donation. All links are below. In order for us to grow, we have to make changes to enable it. Our time is valuable, and we have been one of the very few news sources actually dedicated to bringing you honest, hard-hitting, actionable news and information. Plus, for your $2 a month, you do not have to hear me blabber about these links. It's a win for us all.
Bullshit.
Thank you. Good morning, watchmen and watchwomen of YouTube. So, this is our headline video for the 27th of January, 2021. Tonight, we had a good discussion about high and low-tech alarm systems and automated defense, using that term loosely, over on Patreon. We spent over an hour talking about it. So, very, very good talk on it. A lot of solutions, a lot of ideas put forth, and I highly recommend that you join us over there on Patreon. There's going to be a ton more information over there. I am now able to be a little more open and talk a little bit more about a lot more things over there on Patreon, because you know what? We're not just letting anybody in the door. There's a paywall there, right? And there's a whole lot of people that just can't seem to bring it to themselves to pay for important information. So it is what it is. So those that come on over there, enjoy what you see over there. Welcome to the club, and it is what it is. For those of you that, for whatever reason, don't want to come over there to Patreon, I will give you a little advance, okay? I'll give you a little bit. So, as you know, I've been putting out the headlines in the mornings, and I'm going to schedule those for 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's my time. That'd be 6 a.m. Eastern Time. That's when the headlines video will come out in the mornings, unless something else arises that I can't get it out that early, but it shouldn't be a problem because it's a scheduled thing. So, however, as soon as I get done putting that all together, getting that all ready, getting it uploaded to YouTube and scheduled, I will actually put it on the website, thewatchmannews.com, okay? So that means the night before, if you're up late enough, you will actually see it on the website. So you can get, I'm just giving you a little bit of an advance here. That way, the night before, if you really want to hear those headlines same day, go to thewatchmannews.com and you'll see it right here. So after tonight, after the show's over tonight, after I get everything, all the video all done up and processed and get it uploaded to YouTube, I will go ahead and add it right here at thewatchmannews.com, right there on the home page, and you'll be able to see it a little bit earlier. So that'd be your perk for going to the website to watch it. So anyway, had, like I said, a great conversation about this stuff. Let's go ahead and dive on into our headlines, and we'll get them done. So let me have a sip of coffee, because I've already been talking for one heck of a long time, so bear with me. Oh, man. Still love coffee, by the way. That hadn't changed. Still love to vape, too. And I'm enjoying both. Why? Because I can. Okay. So, starting out with a couple of headlines that I shared out last night, right before bed. They just want to defend Biden. The Scoop co-founder tells RT after Facebook ban, accusing platforms of anti-conservative bias. Oh, yeah, you know the other thing that they get over there at Patreon? Hi! Yeah, but not for YouTube. All right, Mexico set to authorize Russia's Sputnik 5 vaccine within days, deputy health chief says after expert panel gives approval. Tehran to use Russian, Chinese, Indian, and own vaccines, while U.S. jabs are rejected due to a lack of trust, says the Iranian foreign minister to RT. By the way, that starts this morning's headlines. Who doesn't live here? London police swoop up on baby shower for violating COVID-19 restrictions. It's ridiculous, folks. Ridiculous. China to expand test of digital yuan in Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. Mayhem in Jerusalem as ultra-Orthodox Jews clash with cops amid ongoing lockdown resistance. Man, there is a lot of resistance going on, a lot of places on this lockdown stuff. Where the hell is Americans? I mean, we're not locked down like this. I have a feeling we're about to be, though. India to become world's fastest growing economy in 2022, says the IMF. That's the International Monetary Fund. So, if they say so, I would say you can bank on it, pun intended. Moscow mayor lifts ban on nightclubs and drops curfew for bars amid falling coronavirus cases across Russia. South Korea reports spike in COVID-19 cases linked to Christian schools and churches. YouTube prolongs Trump's suspension, citing ongoing potential for violence as big tech doubles down on deplatforming policies. We took the right decisions at the right time, says the minister, despite UK registering more than 100,000 COVID deaths. Russian airline S7 offers first flight sharing service that allows passengers to rent the entire plane. Russia's FSB security agency says no-fly zone over Manor Navalny claims is Putin's palace is due to threat of NATO spy planes. French pharma giant Sanofi agrees to make vaccines from rivals Pfizer BioNTech. I never can get that out right. Apple bites back, reclaiming title of world's most valuable brand from Amazon. Yeah. Japanese Prime Minister apologizes after ruling coalition lawmakers visit a nightclub in violation of COVID-19 restrictions. Once again, rules for them and rules for us. That's the way it goes. U.S. Marines equipped for Arctic warfare land near Russian-Norwegian border as tensions heat up in the frozen north. There's some drills they're going to be participating in. But nonetheless, a lot of tensions are being heightened right now. A lot, with a lot of countries. China hits back at U.S. criticism of its climate policy with a reminder of Washington's shortcomings. Well, they don't have to go real far for that now, do they? India's Covaxin vaccine likely works against UK coronavirus variant, early study suggests. EU officials say AstraZeneca canceled meeting on its vaccine supplies. Pharma giant denies claim as simmering row boils over. Bill Gates says vaccine rollout crucial for chances of Tokyo Olympics going ahead. Now let's stop here for a second. Okay, I thought that with this vaccine, we basically get no promises. Right? You rush to get this vaccine, you still got to wear a face mask, right? They've already told you that you can still spread COVID, okay? In fact, I haven't really seen much of any guarantees at all with the vaccine, other than you're going to get jabbed, right? That's about the biggest promise that you can get out of this vaccine, is they're going to put a hole in you. That's about it, right? So, Bill Gates is just trying to sell vaccines, man. Plain and simple. This is concerning. Now, you're going to hear about Bill Gates again in the headlines, right? But I think this right here tells the whole story. He tells on himself, right? Oh, it's going to get good. Tehran aims to manufacture 14 million indigenous COVID-19 vaccines in June alone as government highlights good progress in human trials. Where's the line between global business and attempts to control society? Putin calls out big tech in Davos. Being on Parler and Gab apparently cost New Yorker literary agency employee her job after one Twitter complaint. This whole cancer culture thing has got to stop, man. This is insane. This is insane. Beijing to implement stricter COVID-19 restrictions to help contain virus ahead of Lunar New Year. Win-win-win. Scientists claim new contraceptive gel enhances libido, prevents pregnancy, and may stave off STDs. Can we just use that for COVID? Just wondering. Seems to be a work all for everything else, right? Putin tells Davos that divided modern world facing a real breakdown with demographic struggles and echoes of 1930s pre-World War II tensions. That is one hell of a statement. I would say it's pretty accurate. Man, more people need to be speaking out about what's happening in the societies around the world. Europe's Air Safety Authority declares Boeing 737 MAX safe to return to the skies after deadly crashes grounded it for 2 years. France overturns €90,000 fine imposed on Paris mayor's office for hiring too many women. Trippy drugs and magic shrooms can cure people mentally scarred by racist abuse, new research suggests. I'm abused. I'm abused. Oh, sorry. Thought maybe somebody come knocking on my door with some shrooms. All right. RT's Rupley was most watched news agency on YouTube in 2020, ranking in nearly 430 million views. RT, or Rupley, is a division of RT, and I get, man, people hammer on me all the time for RT, and I'm telling you, man, RT, pretty solid news source. I wouldn't be using them if they weren't. 53 dead after blaze engulfs bus and fuel truck in horror in a Cameroon crash. Bomb disposal team deployed to AstraZeneca partner plant in Wales over suspicious package. Kellyanne Conway investigated by New Jersey cops over photo of topless teen daughter, says reports. Iran accuses Israel of psychological warfare as it dismisses military threats. UK arrivals brace for COVID-19 hotel quarantine as PM Johnson promises tougher measures to tackle virus variants. Economies should work for everyone, not just the rich few, says Putin. Police raid apartment of Russian anti-corruption activist Navalny in Moscow. YouTube channel studio says aides, and his YouTube channel studio. Russia's TikTok star detained by police after being filmed attacking FSB car during Saturday's pro-Navalny demonstrations in Moscow. Dutch police record quieter night with only 131 arrests as anti-lockdown rioting continues into the 5th day. After refusing Russia's Sputnik 5, Ukraine is left without COVID-19 vaccines while Crimea and Donbass begin rollout. Pardon me. Protesters swarmed streets of Tunisia over poverty, police brutality, and a botched COVID-19 response. Madrid runs out of COVID-19 jabs, halts vaccinations for 2 weeks. Kremlin urged to freeze payments from foreign agents such as U.S. state media outlets over claims of funding InfoWar in Russia. Increasing debt to boost economies obsolete and serves to widen gap between rich and poor, says Putin. Putin praises energy deal between Russia, Saudi Arabia, and U.S. as an example of productive global cooperation. Newsweek edits 2015 story to align with disputed claim that GOP Senator Tom Cotton lied about his military record. The doomsday clock. They had a meeting today, and it remained unchanged. It was at 100 seconds to midnight. It stayed at 100 seconds to midnight. It's going to be another headline with a little more details coming up. UK PM Johnson confirms delayed school reopening in England and says COVID situation too perilous to ease restrictions. Sturgeon, not ecstatic about Johnson's Scotland trip, questions whether the PM's visit is essential travel. Professor who used Nazi salute in free speech protest retires after being canceled by university. If 2 masks are good, 3 masks are better, CNBC claims, echoing notorious satire site. I mean, this all is getting ridiculous, right? The first time I heard that about, 2 masks is good, 3 masks are better was actually on Tim Pool's show last night. Man, I was rolling. They were on a good one last night. Tim and Luke, and oh my goodness, it was a good show. It was a funny show. It's hard to go to sleep when I was enjoying the show that much. UK unveils stricter COVID-19 border restrictions as government steps up enforcement measures. A new UK COVID-19 variant causes more coughing, less impact on taste and smell, a government survey reveals. Former Arsenal ace jailed for sexual activity with a 14-year-old girl. I got a sports thing in here. I don't know how that happened. I normally keep sports completely out of it. Hong Kong resorts to ambush lockdowns to fight virus outbreaks in high-density housing. Eco-warriors dig secret underground tunnel network in London Park to stop high-speed railway development. If they know about it, not a secret. I know about it, can't be a secret. U.S. issues domestic terrorism alert early in Biden's term. This is insane. This isn't the same deal as... No. This is something new. Man, I hope people are getting ready. I hope people take me seriously when I say that. U.S. eases ban on security investments that finance Chinese military companies. AstraZeneca vaccine row worsens as EU says it has legal right to jabs from drug makers to UK plants. After agreeing New START extension, Moscow warns treaty may not last long if U.S. attempts to undermine Russia's national security. We have a sip of coffee and a vape here. And I don't think Putin's playing. I don't. I think he's tired of it. All right. NASDAQ. Funny story. NASDAQ temporarily shuts down stock trading after internet trolls destroy hedge fund with GameStop stock. That is hilarious. And there are people that are losing their minds as to what to do about this. It's ridiculous. You know what? I think it's funny. And I think that these hedge fund folks, I think that it's time they get their just deserves. So we'll see if this kind of activity continues, but they're already trying to find ways to be able to block it from being able to happen more or again. Google ditching Apple tool to track iPhone users and dodge pop-up warning on data collection. Airline pilots capture video of extremely bright UFO during the flight in Pakistan. Moscow issues hefty fines to U.S. state-run media, RFERL, for failure to declare foreign agent status on material aimed at Russians. U.S. put on heightened terrorist threat alert through April. DHS cites concerns over politically frustrated Americans. I already gave you a headline that was the same thing. This headline went in a little bit deeper into what's going on. Norway to shut borders to all except essential travelers to halt spread of COVID-19 variants, the PM says. Here's the other doomsday clock headline. Doomsday clock poised at 100 seconds to midnight. Scientists cite nuclear arms race and online lying as threats. Think about that. Biden's climate, and I've got a comment. How many alternative news agencies, we can throw mainstream out. We can automatically throw mainstream out. How many alternative news organizations do you know of that have been honest? How many? How many do you know weren't going along with all kinds of crazy conspiracy claims and all of that? How many? Not many. Not many. I can honestly only think of another one that is active, that is like active daily. I can think of more than one. Even Bear got involved into some of the conspiracy stuff. I'm just not trying to call him out or down him or anything. I'm just telling the truth. Sorry, brother, There's a such thing as bringing factual information and running with what we would like to see happen. And we don't do that here. We're going to tell you what the situation is. I might tell you that there's these kind of theories going on and stuff, but I'm also going to tell you not to buy into it, which I did the entire time. Okay? But there are, full spectrum survival. He's pretty straightforward. Of course, Tim Pool. He's straightforward. There are sources. Luke Radowski, he's straightforward, but it's a handful. Look at all the different alternative channels out there. It's just a small handful that are honest. They're completely honest. That don't just run with stuff. We're one of them. That's why we went over to Patreon. Because, you know what? We deserve to get recognized. Plain and simple. We deserve to get recognized. And over there, I don't mind putting work into it. I spent a couple hours preparing the show, just putting together links and whatnot, and getting ready for the show. I spent a couple hours on it above what I normally would spend. And that's going to be a daily thing every day. It's going to be a much more comprehensive show. And it already is. You wouldn't know that yet, though, would you? Let's see. Biden's climate crusade, oil and gas drilling banned on federal land in new round of executive orders. U.S. freezes sale of missiles to Saudi Arabia and F-35s to UAE as it reviews Trump-era arms deals. DOJ and EPA to get climate justice offices under Biden's executive orders. Telling you, look out. Military grenades injure 9 soldiers during clashes with anti-lockdown protesters in Lebanon's Tripoli. And they've got military grenades in quotes, so I'm thinking they're probably talking like about flashbangs or maybe tear gas canisters that, probably not tear gas, possibly flashbangs. With it being in quotes, I don't think they're talking about a pineapple grenade, man. That would do a little bit more than injure. No idea how skilled labor works. John Kerry savaged for telling unemployed fossil fuel workers to go make solar panels. Hey, turnabout's fair play, though. Let's be honest. Turnabout's fair play. Right? How long had the left heard the right telling them to do whatever to be able to make more money so they could survive? Enter excuse or bullshit here, right? how long, we know of 4 years for sure, but it's been going on for a lot longer than that. It is what it is. I'm not going to stand up, for either side on this. I'm not. Maybe we need to all respect each other as living, breathing human beings, children of Father Yah, that deserve to live, right? Twitter influencer Douglas Mackey, a.k.a. Ricky Vaughn, arrested for allegedly tricking Clinton backers to lose their votes in 2016. Huh? Let's see. Army eases grooming rules, allows ponytails and lipstick in the name of equity and inclusion. Bill Gates, here's the other Bill Gates headline. Bill Gates shocked by COVID conspiracy theories about him and Fauci and suggests social media firms may help censor such evil talk. You need to think long and hard about that, especially after he came out and said, that the vaccine was the only way that the Olympics even had a chance. But yet, even if everybody got vaccinated, still has very, very minimal effect. So, yeah, I would be wondering too. Family of 20 booted off American Airlines flight for improper mask wearing. Biden's top cyber advisor donated a lot to Israel lobby AIPAC, says leftist reporters, and get accused of anti-Semitism. That stuff has got to stop. We have to be able to report. We have to be able to talk without automatically being shut down for some BS type of discrimination or racism or whatever claim. We have to be able to report honestly, truthfully, and bluntly. Discord shuts down Wall Street Bets group as members drive runaway surge in GameStop stock, but platform says the ban, it's unrelated. Yeah, if you believe that, I've got a couple bridges to sell you. Couple more headlines here. We're suffering from success. Wall Street Bets say Discord did them dirty with ban over hate speech amid moderation backlog. Also, lastly here, AOC throws weight behind GameStop hedge fund massacre, takes a dig at Wall Street's long history of treating economy as a casino. Man, I really feel bad about this, but I actually have to agree with AOC there. I have to agree with her. It is what it is. Anyway, there's your headlines for you. I hope everybody has a great night. See you tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. Oh, well, one more thing before I go. Remember, tonight, if you're up late enough, you'll see the headlines. This video here hit thewatchmannews.com tonight. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until 7 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow before this video comes out. Of course, that won't help you for this video, but it will for the videos upcoming. So, anyway, with that, hope everybody has a good night. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.